Thanks for joining me this evening. My name is Brett Griffin. I'm going to talk this evening briefly about online business. And you know what? I got some interesting things to share with you this evening. You know what? Thank the person that invited you to this call because really it's been a business of ours for a little over 4 years, and it really has provided freedom for this family. I want to have some fun here, guys. So the reason I do this business is really for my family, for my wife, for my mom and dad, for my in-laws, for my kids. You know, it's given me the freedom to really spend the time that's needed with a growing family. My oldest daughter, she's 19 in her second year University of Regina. We're very proud of her. You know, it has aspirations of traveling the world, and we know that she's definitely going to do that. My youngest daughter, you know what, she's a little spitfire. There's a little bit of an age difference between Jordan and Taylor, you know, but it's because we're traditional business owners. We're just average, everyday people that come from a small community. We live in a community of under 800 people in central Canada, Shoal Lake, Manitoba. And, you know, we've been here for 20 years. It's my wife's hometown, and you know, so she's been here longer, but we absolutely love it here. You know, we love it because it fits our lifestyle. We love the lake life. We love camping. We love fishing, hunting. But we also love to travel. We also love to go to different parts of the world. And we've done a lot of that over the recent 4 years. So, you know, I'm just going to really get into, you know, asking you this question. You know, if you had the opportunity and money was no object, where would you go? What would you do? You know, what would you become? What would you represent? I want you to think really big, because it's not about owning a whole bunch of properties. It's not about owning fancy vehicles or a bunch of toys. It's about experiences. And honestly, if you can spend with your friends and family in multiple experiences and not be held back from, you know what, having to call the boss and taking time off, or looking at your bank account and wondering if you can afford it. You know, living your life to the fullest every single day is really what life's all about. And if you're not doing that right now, if you're miserable maybe at where you're working, if you're not happy with what you're doing, you know what, this might be an opportunity for you. I love these pictures. A lot of these pictures are of really people that were friends that have turned into family. And of course, we have some family members in there, but I love all of them. And we surround ourselves with positive people. You know what, I would say over 90% of those pictures up here on the wall in front of you are business partners, you know what, teammates that we get to share and have fun with. But not everybody. We still surround ourselves with individuals that are not part of the business, but are still just really huge influences on our life, very positive, and just fun to be around. And when we can spend and enjoy any time really that we choose to do that, it's just a blessing. And I'm very grateful for that. We all are network marketers, and you might not realize this, but those people that we love, that you know what, we share our time with, well, we want to help them, right? So say we go to a great restaurant. You know, I'm sure you've been to an awesome restaurant before, shared your experience there. Maybe it was even a bad experience and you don't want your friends to have the same results. Or caught a really great movie and you can't wait to tell your buddy about it, and he has to rush down there and make sure that he goes and sees the wonderful movie that you just seen. what I love is we all know how to do that, and we can all be passionate about it. And you know what? The only difference between being a professional network marketer and being the network marketer that you are today is you get actually paid for those services. I love it. Never knew anything about it. In fact, I've joined a company, and it was my very first company I ever joined. Never been part of network marketing before. But I'm a traditional business owner. Me and my wife, Andrea, we owned a traditional business that we started in 2003. 2010, things were really flying along, and you know what? Call it what you want. And I don't share this with you really for pity. I share this with you because I want you to realize that traditional businesses today, if they don't stick with the times, they're going out of business. And that's what happened to us. In 2010, I had to claim personal bankruptcy. Not proud of it. And if you've ever gone through that, or know somebody that might be suffering and going through that themselves, it sucks. It sucks the big bazoo. That happened in 2010. Here we are, 2019, and we're still recovering. You know, it's getting better, but it takes a long time to build back a credit rating. It takes a long time to pay back the debts that you incur, because some of those things, you can't just claim personal bankruptcy and not pay back, say, a family member that's helped you out. You know, I owe the world to my parents, and to this day I still got to pay you know, some funds back to them. So as a traditional business owner, you know, I really look at some of these things that are up on the screen here in front of you. The freedom, being your own boss. Yes, you get tax benefits. Yes, you get to live the dream of really working for yourself. But what did it really mean? It really meant in a traditional business that we were married to it. You couldn't travel anywhere because if the business wasn't open, it wasn't making money. Or we had to hire somebody and pay them to watch the businesses. Why do you think there's such a huge age difference between our two daughters? Life kind of gets in the way, doesn't it? It happens to us all. So I love the fact that I've learned now with this online marketing, this online business of network marketing, that we all know how to do. We all know how to share. It was introduced by a friend that I valued as far as very smart businessman. And I was excited to get started because I thought, wow, this might be a way for my family to start enjoying life, to start really not living paycheck to paycheck, not going further and further into debt each and every week. Because you know what? So many people out there today, that's exactly what they do. Is every day they need to show up at their 9-to-5 job in order to put food on the plate. It's crazy. And then maybe something bad happens to them. They get something that just, you know, pops out of the blue. They, you know, get a vehicle that needs to be fixed, or maybe they lose a job, or maybe they get an illness. Maybe they lose a family member. Maybe they get a scare themselves. It all happens to us, and we got to be prepared for everything that can happen. So why I love network marketing is because it's not working harder, it's working smarter. And when you can leverage your time through the efforts of a team, it's just incredible. Honestly, it's fun because by meeting friends and family members that want to join you on this business, and not everybody wants to join the business. Some people are happy with where they are, but some people are interested in the benefits of the products that we market. We have a wellness portfolio, and that wellness portfolio really, it helps people with multiple things. So, you know what? I love the fact that we're 20 plus products and growing, and a lot of those products are exclusive. And you know what? I think that we probably have you know what, I would say half of that could run a business all on its own by a single product, and we have multiple products. So it's really incredible that way. Now, looking from, you know what, we see the world, right, changing from traditional. We see, you know, up here in Canada, we see businesses like Sears. We see other businesses. I Google search today, because I love Google because it really can inform you on so much. And they closed in 2019 alone 8,100 businesses. 8,100. And we haven't finished yet. And that doesn't include the stores that actually are, you know what, some businesses aren't going out of business, so to speak, but they're downsizing. They're eliminating some locations. They're getting rid of, they're trimming off employees. And it sucks when it happens, especially this time of year. You know, our friends to the south of us are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving if you're from the US and you're on this call or watching the replay. And then Christmas is very short time away. But we look at these successful businesses we see today, a lot of it in the news, the Amazons, the Airbnbs, the Ubers. Why are they so successful? You know what? It's like these guys that are in front of you right now. You know what? You get the guys like Mark Zuckerberg, you know what, the owner of Facebook. You got Bill Gates, currently the richest man in the world. You know what? You've got Jeff Bezos, you know what, owning that giant of Amazon and how much wealth that's brought to him. And then you've got guys like Warren Buffett that are buying network marketing companies. Why? Because these are smart investors. They know what they're doing. They're in the top 8, you know, richest people in the world, and they control over half the wealth of the world. It's amazing to think about it. Google it if you don't believe me. 8 individuals control over half the money in the world. Why is that? You know what are they doing? They're no different than me and you. They both have blood. They all have blood running through their veins just like me and you. They've just done some things that, you know, are different than what we're doing. And you know what? The thing I love is that we can follow in their footsteps. You know, Warren Buffett says it, you know, perfectly with that statement there. Things you like to do should be a hobby, but the things the world loves to do should honestly be a business. So, you know what? Look for a company, an online business that either, you know, markets a product or a service that really is in high demand. You know what? Because we live in an abundant world right now. And that abundance really is not all about our nutrition. That abundant world has many, many businesses that are really trying to trick you into keep returning and returning and buying and buying and buying over and over again. Why? Because it's all about the dollar bills, right? You think about the fast food giants out there that, you know what, that are attaching things into their products that really make them addictive, and that we just need our fix, and we need to go back and visit those places again to consume those products. We're smart here, you know what, in especially in North America. We realize, you know, even throughout the world, that smoking's bad, right? Smoking's horrible for you, but still there's many people that smoke. Just like sugar, you know, it's absolutely horrible, but it's in everything. It's absolutely in everything. Any processed foods that you go to the grocery store in, it doesn't matter what they call it, it's sugar. And sugar is horrible for you. We've gone from consuming, you know, I would say, you know, 50, 60, 75 years ago, we were consuming less than 10 pounds to now currently over 200 pounds of sugar annually per person. You think that's good for us? It's causing epidemics. Epidemics like diabetes. We all have friends, we all have family members that are diabetic, whether type 1, type 2, or maybe even pre-diabetics. You know what? We've got several friends that are in that state. And I can speak to it directly. My own father, Bill Griffin, you know what? I don't know, Dad, if you're on the call, but I know you'll watch the replay. But since joining our company, my dad, he's lost over 45 pounds, and he's completely off his diabetic medication. Why? Because our products help the body naturally, you know what, get rid of those sugars, you know what, heal from the inside out, work with nutrition, and honestly are better for it. I know he's going to be around for his grandchildren that much longer. And my mom's doing fabulous on the products as well. My mother-in-law, she lost a pile of weight. The whole family have done really well. And if you don't believe me, you should see the testimonials. Like, we've got over 65,000 testimonials in our Best Weight Loss Coffee Today group. Get back to the person that invited you on this call. They can add you to the group and review the testimonials in there. Maybe you'll find a condition that a person out there in the world, it's helped them with the products that we market. Who here has been on a diet? Forgive me, I'm thirsty. I'm talking like a racehorse here. We all know people that have been on diets, right? And we've seen it even on social media, you know, famous people and the roller coasters that they go through. It's not fun. You know, I'm sure being limited to only having a bowl of soup a day or only eating those really expensive Weight Watchers products or something like that, it's just crazy to think. But really, what you should be thinking about is changing your lifestyle and not really giving up on the pleasures of life. If you want to have a steak, if you want to have a potato, go ahead, but just don't eat it every single day. Maybe switch up your diet a little bit. Start eating healthier. And when you've got products that help manage those cravings, that help you know, chaperone the sugars out of our bodies, it's great. You know, I love this slide. I just made it up, but I love this word FAT. Why? Because it's a perfect acronym for our business. Because F really stands for finding people that really could be strangers. We might meet them online, and we could really change those strangers into friends by simply, you know what, sharing with them some products that can really solve some problems that they may have. And maybe those friends, you know, after a continued amount of time, they really honestly turn into family, because you're spending more and more time with those people. You're enjoying, you're traveling, you're having fun, you're talking often. I love it. I love the fact that A really stands for, in today's environment with social media, it's so easy to meet people from all over the world. This is a global business, folks. Our business is currently in 95 plus different countries. And if you take action and share that via social media, the world's your oyster. You could be traveling the world, hanging out with your partners that you've created into family members. And I love T in final. You know what? You got tips for great products. You got tips for great compensation. Our compensation, it's not like those other guys out there saying, yeah, we've got the best compensation. Take a look at our compensation and you'll realize very, very quickly that our compensation plan is the best in the business. And honestly, when you surround yourself with people that really have experience, that really care about your well-being, it's just awesome to hang around with great people. So working with a company that really has your nutrition in mind, your health in mind, it all starts right from the top. Our CEO, you know what, him and his wife, they built this business. They started July of 2014, so company's already over 5 years old. The main office is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's backed by millions because he's been very successful in his other businesses. He has no kids. So he treats us like family. And honestly, folks, when you have the growth that we have had recently, we've gone from basically 700,000 in sales a little over a year ago to currently over 14 million worldwide. And if you're able to manage that and still are 100% debt free, that just doesn't happen every day. It comes from experience. It comes from surrounding yourself with people, incredible formulators, incredible business-minded people that really give him advice. And I just love the fact that he's just south of us, so we often get to see him. And you know what? He just, you know what? He gave the shirt off his back. And I'd love to have, you know, you meet him in person. If you're on here and you've never met him, you know what, make it a priority. Is it all worth it? Is it worth it? You know what, absolutely it's worth it. You know, I love the fact that I've been able to take my family, you know, when I've wanted to, and really show them the world, you know what, and not have to ask a boss to have time off. I joined this as a sideline back in August of 2015. Of course, I continued my full-time employment at the time, but less than a year later, I was able to look at my boss and say, you know what, there's just a better way for me right now. You know what, I really appreciate and value what you've given me here, but I'm going to go and work with the team that I have. Because at the time, I was making about almost 3 times the amount of my salary, and I didn't have to clock in. I didn't have to, you know what, put in the hours that I was putting in. I could just care about people. I could, you know what, work with people on a daily basis and take the time that I wanted to, spending it wherever I wanted to. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. So you just have to ask yourself, what type of person are you? Are you the one that, you know, waits to get a cold before you work on, you know what, maybe living a healthier lifestyle, maybe being more active, maybe going to the gym, maybe eating better? Are you the one that waits for maybe that notification at work that, hey, you know what, we decided to have some cutbacks, you know what, we want to put you in a different position, or maybe eliminate you altogether? Several people it's happened to, even in our own small little hometown. There's not a lot of options here. You know what, 800 people, not a lot of businesses. What do you do if you lose your job? So do you have a backup plan? Think about it. Do you have a backup plan? Honestly, you think about it today, I would say almost everybody that's on this call, you know what, if you don't have plans on growing a residual income, you could possibly outlive your money. You retire and you just might not be able to afford to live. And it's just a fact. Why do you think you see so many older generations working today in the Tim Hortons, in the Walmarts, in the Canadian Tires? You know what? It's just a fact of life. It's expensive to live. You know what? If you want to travel, if you want to eat well, it costs money. And you know, whoever taught us that we could retire and live on 40% of what we were, you know, previously earning, they didn't sell us a very good bag of tricks, I tell you, because it's a load of crap. And you know, I hope people realize that they need to prepare and prepare their bodies for health, because of course that should be your prime focus is your health. You should worry about the time freedom that you get to spend with your friends and your family, not the time that you have to spend on finding another job just so you can afford to live. And of course, if you have more money, you could share it. You could donate it to charities. You could live better as far as eating better. You could travel more. You could have those experiences that mean so much more to you than just buying material things. So the perfect timing is now. Why? Because the network marketing industry is growing, and it's growing rapidly. Why do we see it? Because all these stores closing. The world is changing. It's going online. You don't believe me? You look at these businesses of today that are at the top, the Amazons, the Microsofts. What do they all have in common? Online business. You know what? Do the products work? Of course they do. Look at me and my wife. You know what? That picture of mine is already 3 years old. At the time, I'd lost about 35 pounds. I'm currently down, 45 plus pounds. My wife, Andrea, down 17 pounds. But more importantly, the smiles on the face is what's really important, because we're really enjoying life. We're about to take off in a couple of weeks. We're firm believers in personal development and adding more value to the people around us. So we often work on ourselves through books, through audio, through different mentors. We're going down to Vegas. We're going to be going down there December 11th to 14th and work with some of the big industry giants in the network marketing industry. And we are so excited and pumped to go down there. We're going to see some friends while we're down there too. And you know what? It's that friendships that we have gained through this industry that have opened up these opportunities for us to travel the world and really enjoy ourselves while we're doing it. So are you ready? You know what? I know you want to sign up. So this is how easy I'm going to make it for you. If you're coachable, I love this picture here down on the right end. I thought I had to add that. I love that mama bear looking down at the cub and saying, don't forget to shake it when you're done. Honestly, it's that simple. You just need to be coachable. You need to, listen to what works, what's duplicatable, and you can have success here with us in our online business. We're not about the money as far as you buying the products from us. We're about the relationships. And that's what forms strong partnerships, is us working with you and you earning the most money possible. And you know what? Bringing in as many people, sharing with them these incredible products that we have that will change their lives. We pay through two different types of profit. We pay immediate income, and a lot of businesses out there don't have that. And the nice thing is I had to borrow the money for starting off in this business. I was able to pay it back within weeks. Why? Because it has immediate income. And you get to grow that residual income while you're here for as long as you're here. We've been here, like I say, for over 4 years, and we're loving where we are right now. So can you do this? Can you share the products that we have? Can you share the business? Build on those relationships that you already have. Go to your warm market first and then expand from that by promoting things like events like this free information tool that you can really share, copy, paste, send to a family member, to a friend. But remember, you always need to keep adding value to yourself. Keep working on yourself. Keep looking at those books that teach you new things. Keep looking at those audios that really get you fired up and inspired to become more. We're not looking for salesmen here, folks. We're looking for solution problem solvers. We're looking for those people that care about individuals. Those people that, might see a low tire at a gas station and either tell the guy or actually pump up the tires themselves. We're looking for people just like that. There's no automatic transmission here, folks. And this is very important to really get across. This isn't sit back and get rich quick. This is about working through, the gears of a standard transmission and not skipping a beat. You skip a gear, you're going to fail. You're going to fail if you don't go through the right processes and you duplicate that and you teach the individuals that grow with you. It's really important to realize that we only get better by helping others and lifting up and showing them how to grow. Teaching people really to become leaders and really to inspire others for change. So if you've got the desire to inspire, we definitely need to talk and really solve the problem. Don't sell the product. That's why I didn't share with you today a single bit of product. I didn't sell the company name. I didn't promote any of that. Why? Because the industry itself is just incredible. And I would just love for you to reach out to the person that invited you to the call. If you want to learn more, we're going to have a training here shortly. You know what? I love the fact to keep these meetings short. We're about 30 minutes in right now. If you want to get started today, right now, we're going to show you in a live Zoom meeting, same link on how to get started, where to get, all the information, and you can ask questions at that time. So, you know what? Thanks for joining me this evening. I hope to see you back on here in a very short time. And I will post the recording. And if anybody has questions, please message me. Take care, everyone.